What's good, you guys? So this video is going to be detachment is the key to attraction. Why detachment is actually beautiful and why it's actually just necessary for life is because the more you're able to detach from certain circumstances, certain people, certain problems in your life, the better you will flow. The more that you will flow, the better emotions you will feel throughout your day. And even how you view the situation, everything is going to be better. You lead with peace, you gain peace. You lead with love, you get love. But you're not clinging onto people for love. You're not clinging onto people for peace. You're not clinging to anything. You're just being your authentic self. You don't want to be negative, so why lead with negativity? Why lead with hate? Why hate on people? And once you get deep into it, detachment is just you being ultimately who you are. You're doing what you love to do. You listen to the music you love to listen to. You do the hobbies that you love to do. You hang with the people that you love to hang out with and be with. And when you're doing everything that you love to do, you're only going to flow on higher vibrations. I came across the information of enlightenment. What does enlightenment mean? Enlightenment is you flowing on your highest form of vibration. The highest form, if you didn't know, on the vibration scale, I might leave it in here for you guys. The highest form and the highest vibration and the highest, frequency you can flow on is enlightenment. So how do you achieve enlightenment? The way to achieve enlightenment, more happiness in your life, is literally by detaching. By detaching your ego of who you think you are from certain things in your life, from certain circumstances. Oh, I have to act a certain way in front of this person to impress this girl or to impress my boss or to impress all of these people. When you take a step back and realize that you have to do things and you're playing characters and you're putting on different masks to all different type of people, you realize what you're doing is being attached to certain things, and your detachment from those things will leave you naked to your authentic self, to who you truly are. Who you truly are is actually very beautiful. When you don't need love, or you're not clinging onto people for love or attention, or you're not desperate to be around people and you're okay with yourself, that is the most attractive state you can be on, because you are your authentic self. You don't need to lie to people. You don't need to put on facades for people. That shit is ugly, and it will drain your spirit of who you are. The perfect example for my knowledge that I know, I'm not going to talk about Lord Krishna, I'm not going to talk about Buddha, I'm not going to talk about any other gods because I don't really know them that much, and I'm going to study them for sure though. But what I can talk about that I know of is Jesus. So with Jesus, he was enlightened. Not a question. Nothing fazed Jesus. You see what I'm saying? That's a state of being that you have to learn to get at. And a lot of people, they don't understand that you can get to that state of being enlightened. But the state of enlightenment is a state of detachment, being away from everything, not caring about what people think about you. See, even Jesus' highest level, you gotta understand, Jesus' highest level, they hit him. They were hating on him. They were spitting on him. They were calling him every name in the book. They were beating him. All types of shit. They killed him. And when he rose from the dead again, you know what he did? He forgave the humans. Because the humans don't know. He was the enlightened being. He was so detached. He didn't care about even the things that he wore. Like, genuinely. There's a lot of Buddha monks that I've actually been studying too, that they genuinely walk around in diapers and shit because they realize none of this shit matters. Nothing matters. You're going to die. All your attachments to your clothes, your cars, your jewelry, it's all gonna go ahead. There's no need for you to be attached. And if you're not attached to anything, you're just flowing. You don't care about what people think, what they're saying. You're not actually hit by what they're talking about. If someone called you a bitch, around my way, normally who I am, I will spaz on you. And I still would. I'm not gonna lie, because you're not calling me no bitch. You call Jesus a bitch, he'll look at you, I love you. Like, enlightenment it's a different level of just full detachment. Like, you have to act like this in a certain way. You got to wear this. You got to be like this. You got to be nice and stern and be somebody that you're not. No, bitch. There's no such thing as this. It's all an illusion. It's all something that is making you boxed up. So now I'm adult. I have to act like this and be like this or be like everyone else. But the unique part of detachment is that you're not trying to be anyone else. You are yourself. And once you love yourself thoroughly from the inside, you don't want to be like everyone else. I'm Patrick, and I identify with my ego of who I am as Patrick. I don't want to be like nobody else because I'm so unique. I love myself thoroughly from within. I have genuine love for myself, and I show love to everyone. But the more that you're attached to things, The more negativity, sorrow, sad, depressed, all of those negative emotions, those are the more vibrations and feelings and frequency that you will flow and feel. The more negative thoughts you have, you identify with your ego, I am sad, you're going to feel sad. You identify with your ego, I am great, I'm happy, I'm whole, you will feel the same way. It will be manifested upon your life. Every seed that you plant will be manifested. So watch your words, watch what you say about yourself, and watch how you view yourself. But like I said, the more that you are attached to certain things in your life, the more sadness you will feel. It's boxing yourself in almost every corner. I have to act like this in this certain area, or with this person, or be like this. Only person you have to be is yourself. Ultimately, it's not having rules to who you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be me every time. And the more that you are yourself, the more that you'll flow higher, because you're being who you are. You're not being a character. You're not being no one else. Why would I be like him if I'm Patrick? That's the most unique part about this whole experience of life. Why do I have to be like this dude? Or why would I want to be like him? Any of that. I'm Patrick Marino. Fuck is you talking about? And take inspiration from other humans always. If you want to be a better talker, you want to dress better, something like that, you can take inspirations, of course, but ultimately submitting yourself and seeing someone that's higher than you. Never that. Never that. I am unique. I'm God's highest form of creation, and you are too. Once you have so much love for yourself, you would never want to be anybody else. Why the fuck would I be like him if I'm Patrick? You crazy as hell. I couldn't disrespect myself like that, because I got too much love for myself. All the experiences that you got and you went through is just going to elevate you and make you better. So why would you sit here and disrespect your past? You've learned from your past. You grow because you went through that certain thing. Imagine if I wanted to be like somebody who had everything spoon-fed in their life. Why the fuck would I want that nut-ass life where I get everything handed to me and I didn't have to work for my shit? I wouldn't want to be like that. I don't want some shit handed to me. I want, me to put in this work and be, build the person I am, because I am who I am. Simple. Fuck, I want to be like everybody else for. That shit is corny as hell. Why would I want to be like them? He said they'll be like me, but I'll never be like them. I said, word, I understand. I really get it. They'll be like me, but I'll never be like them. Why would I want to be like everybody else? That shit is whack. Everybody just following the leader at this point, but it's not until they realize they are their own leader in this own world that there's nothing to do but anything that you want to do. Until humans come into that realization, they're going to forever suffer. So the key to freedom, to happiness, to everlasting love is realizing it is right here within you. You realize a car is just a car. You realize money is just money. This person's just a person. And once you detach, then you are now allowed to get everything towards you. Everyone wants to be to that person who's the most chill, cool, laid-back person, or that person who's genuinely themselves. Everyone loves them. Fuck, man, I almost spilled my drink. But everybody loves that person who's just genuinely being them, without leading with hatred, without hating on them. Nobody's hating. Like, for me, I'm not hating on nobody. So I get everything that I want within this world, because you reap what you sow. The seeds that you plant into the ground is what you will get and made manifested upon your life. So there's no need to stress about making money if you know you're going to be successful, or that you're successful now. There's no need to stress about anything in this world if you know who you are. You are great, so everything's going to come to you. All of the people followed Osho. They followed Lord Krishna. They followed Buddha. They followed Jesus. They followed this dude. All of these people, or even Gandhi. Let me take Gandhi too. Gandhi was small, not the best looking dude. He probably stunk. Jesus probably stunk. All of these people have stunk. They weren't taking showers. They didn't really care for this shit. They didn't care about certain outcomes, or however anybody thought about them, or whatever they wore, or how they smell, or how tall they were. All of that shit doesn't matter. It's all a fucking illusion. When you wake up to reality, you are now awoken to someone else's reality. You believe what they believe. They believe they can't do these certain things. I will stay in my own reality. I wouldn't believe what you're talking about. I can't do this. I don't know what you're talking about. Keep that within you. Speak for yourself. I believe in the 4D. And the 4D is ultimately having faith. This is what Jesus is talking about in the Bible. Faith is ultimately having confidence in the things that you cannot see. There's this one part in the Bible when Jesus is resurrecting, what's his name? Lazarus. And he's miles away. He's far as fuck from this person, right? This guy's dead. They announced that he was dead, everything like that. So Jesus is going all the way over there, tells everyone, don't worry, he's going to be okay. He's going to be resurrected. The moment he gets there, they lift up the tomb, and he comes out of the tomb. simple. Mark 11:24, therefore I tell you, everything you pray for, believe that you have received it and it will be. Like, it's not necessary to stress about the future. There's no reason to at all. Like, there's no reason to stress the future, because whenever you pray, and I'm gonna make a whole separate video on how to pray thoroughly. I'm not just talking about, please God, please, please, please. No, I'm talking about something else. Click and subscribe for that video. Your prayer will be heard, and you thank the Father just the same way Jesus did. Therefore, I tell you, everything you pray for, believe you have received it, and it will be. Nothing to stress about the future about, or how people view you, or whatever your circumstances is. This is in the lowest circumstances. Jesus is walking around all dirty, his clothes aren't fly, but he's not even the white guy that you think he is. He's not. But it's all an illusion that people portray Jesus who he was. The more detached you are, the more that you don't care, the more happiness you will build within you, the more love you will have for other humans, the more love you will have for yourself. Detach from all the bullshit. He said, she said. I don't care. Detach. Take a step away. Your ego doesn't matter that much, because even with certain circumstances in life, I know you guys all understand and know and seen this or went through this, that something bothered you and it made you feel a certain type of way. But then like a week went by and you don't give a fuck. You have finally detached, but the only reason why you have detached because of time. Time was the medicine for everything. But the more detached you are, the more quicker you can be in the state of happiness regardless. Oh, this person left me. Okay. I wish you the very best. Detach. Oh, my friends don't want to be my friends anymore? I wish you the very best. Detach. The more that you can practice detachment with little things, the more that you'll grow spiritually, and the more that you'll grow in your human vessel, and the more that your mind will grow, right? So perfect example, while I'm learning all of this stuff, I've detached from materialistic things. I've detached from cars, from jewelry, from all of this money, because it's all a fucking illusion. But just the other day, I was at the zoo, and I'm at the zoo with my family. I'm having a good time. But I opened my jacket, and I had my chain with my cross on it, and I lost my cross. I'm not tweaking. I'm not mad over here like, damn, where the fuck my cross at? No. I'm like, where's my cross? So I go and look for my cross all around the floors, around the zoo. I look all around, and I can't find it. I look for, like, let's say 5 minutes worth. That was it. I was like, is a cross gonna make or break my day? No, it's not. Like, I would detach from it. It's just a cross. I can go get another chain. Say I lost this whole chain, I still would have stand 10 toes and been like, yeah, I'll get another chain tomorrow if I want to. Or whenever I want, I can go get another chain. You know, I'm not going to let this thing or this one situation that happened in my life affect me and ruin my whole day, because that is what the old version of me would have done. I would have been stressed out like, yo, where the fuck my chain at? Where my thing at? I would have had everybody in that bitch that was with my family. I would have had them all looking for it. But then I detached. I was like, yeah, it's just a chain. I'm not about to sit here and let it make me sad or mad and make the whole experience at the zoo a bad experience. I didn't let that shit. I just detached. It's a pendant. I'll go get another one. You know, and the more that you can practice that, and even for most people, that might not be a little thing, because that was $250 worth of a pendant. It wasn't the biggest pendant, not the biggest chain, but the more that you can detach of, like, yeah, I'm worth more than the chain, my experience and who I am. Why would I sit here and be mad that I lost my chain? The chain doesn't make or break me. I had a great time at the zoo, seeing the monkeys, giraffes, all types of shit. Fuck is you talking about? I was not going to sit here and let a chain define me. I'm not going to let any materialistic thing define me. You know, when people say you get money, you switch up, that will never be me. You know, I'm going to keep getting this money, but I'm not going to change who I am. Patrick will be Patrick. Like, without a doubt. I can guarantee you that. But I'm saying you're not gonna let the little petty shit, the little petty things that happen in your life, you're not gonna let it affect you, because I wouldn't do that anymore. Like, even with, you know, just certain things, I'm just going to detach fully. Because what do I get from feeling sad over a breakup or sad over death? And it gets deep once you're able to realize, like, death is a human thing that is going to happen inevitably to all of us. We're not going to ever be immortal. Our souls are immortal. They're going to go on to the next life. Our consciousness, our awareness is going on to the next life. But this body, it's not going to come with me. The jewelry, the car, all of that shit is not coming with you. So the more detached that you are to these things, the more things will be given to you in your world, because you feel as if you are good with or without it. So the more you're able to manifest in your world as well, and the more you're not going to let little petty shit affect you. So if you were to think about some little petty problem, you'll revise it in your mind of, that shit doesn't affect me. You know, I'm not mad because of this certain situation, or this person said this, petty shit. And once you overcome petty shit, the bigger things are going to be a lot more easier, like death, like losing a lover, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Those are like the most in emotions that a lot of people struggle with. You see what I'm saying? Like breakups or, you know, death of someone. The more that you realize, like, yes, this is going to happen, and you rather see it in a better light because you don't want other people who died or the people who left you, they don't want you to be sad. So why would you sit here and be sad? There's no benefit to being sad. And you realize, like, this is something that's going to happen eventually. It's liberating because it's like, yeah, I'd rather express death in a different way than what everyone else does, because not a lot of people are not going to even understand this shit that I'm talking about. They might really not understand. I hope you do. You know, the more that you can express death in a better light of, like, yeah, they're going to heaven, or the better light that you can see it in, the better you're going to feel about yourself. So you're not going to sit here and cry at a funeral. You're going to sit here and be more happy, or like, yes, they don't have to struggle or anything like that, you know. And it's easier said than done, of course, but those little things are going to add up. And the more that you detach, the easier it is to let things go and let things flow in this world. People come and go, people die. It's inevitable. But one thing that you need to be is you. You'll be flowing on the highest frequencies. You'll genuinely be yourself. You attract the people that like you for you. You're not playing characters and a nonchalant guy in the corner trying to attract a bitch. I would never do that. I will forever be Patrick. And if she likes me, she comes to me. If she doesn't, she missed out on greatness. Fuck is you talking about? And that goes for anything. I'm talking about jobs. I'm talking about anything. They don't hit me back for a job. Missed out on greatness. Like shit like that. I want to go over you reap what you sow. So whatever you do in this world as well, you know, you're going to get a consequence for that. The more that you're a dickhead, and the more that you're rude to people, and the more angry that you are, and the more that you are hurtful to people, that's exactly what you would get as a consequence. Now, let's say on the opposite end, you lead with love and you let people be people. You're leading with love, the more love you'll get. The more love that you show, the more love you will get. But I'm not talking about, you know, I feel like a lot of people would think like, ooh, the more love that you are, you're a simp or some shit. Simps are different because they're just ugly with it. They want to simp their way to some pussy. I'm just genuinely being a good person, so I don't need to simp my way to get some ass. I'm going to get some ass regardless. You see what I'm saying? But but it's more of like, a lot of people think like you're a simp because you lead with love, or that you're a nice person or you're a good person. The simp doesn't have any morals or principles that he stands on. Ultimately, he's trying to lead with his pocket, and there's like strings attached to what he's doing. Oh, he thinks by paying for her purse, or paying for her nails, or paying for all of this food, or paying for all of this sucker shit, that he's gonna get his way to some ass. Like, you think he's a good person, but genuinely, but in the inside, he's not that. He's not that at all. He has strings attached, and he knows what he's doing. He's trying to buy his way to some pussy, and then the moment she don't give him no ass after she played him out because he's a goofy, he's gonna be mad. You know, all bitches are bad. No, bitch, you's a goofy. That's why. It's because you're really a goofy and you're doing all of this just to get some ass. Ultimately, the spiritual game is going to see right through that. This is what I'm saying. The spiritual knowledge is some of the best knowledge you can ever get, because you can't cheat the game, the laws of the universe, or whether your Bible, you follow the Quran, you follow Buddha textbooks or whatever it is, or you follow Judaism or something, whatever it is, those laws you truly believe. So those laws you can't break, and the universal laws you just genuinely can't break. That's what I genuinely think, and I know you can't break those laws. So the more that you're a dickhead, you're going to be matched with shit in your life that's gonna come, that's rude, that's not good. And the more shit is going to happen, the more negative things are gonna happen. You know, just negative things are gonna happen because you genuinely reap what you sow. You're rude to people, you're bad, you know what I'm saying? You planted a seed into the ground and it will harvest the fruit. Let me give you guys this real quick. Hold on. It says some shit. I said, damn, let me do some research. Did a little research. A man reaps what he sows. Whatever sows to please their flesh, from the flesh will reap destruction. Whoever sows to please the spirit, from the spirit will reap eternal life. Spirit being on the inside, being the heart, being who you are. You're doing things out of generosity of your true love. You're donating, or you're giving love to people, or you're being nice to people because you don't have strings attached. You're just doing it. And the more naturally you do that, the more the laws of the universe is going to bring you more of that thing. You're flowing on that frequency and vibration, the more that shit is going to come to you. It gets deep. Let us not become wary in doing good. Don't overthink you doing good or being, you know, a genuine good person. For at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. So the more that you're good, the more that you're a great person, You know, even if certain things in your life didn't go your way, maybe a shorty played you or people are playing you out, for at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. So that seed that you planted, let's say we planted some crops, some corn. You plant that one seed and you keep doing that and you keep living through that, that's still a lot more seeds that you're planting. You're going to reap the rewards of what you've done. Genuinely, that's what a lot of people see as karma. A lot of people talk about karma in only the negative aspect of you do something bad or you're a dickhead or you do something rude without people knowing or whatever. Even if they didn't see you do it, the world is watching, the God's watching, you know, whatever you want to say that you believe in. Ultimately, karma is the same thing. You're going to get what you put out there. You did some fuck shit, you're going to get fuck shit back to you. And I believe that's a universal law, genuinely. You do good, you'll get good. You'll be a good person, and the more the world is going to reciprocate that energy. I want you to really understand what I'm saying. Since I really changed and I learned a lot more spiritual knowledge, and I've just grown as a human, and I just grow day in, day out, learning a lot more shit about myself and a lot more knowledge. I've changed who I am, and I've now attracted somewhat of a different type of perspective and a different type of person in my life. I attract more good, nice people, not just like negative people. One of the issues that I had was that I was attracting a lot of street bitches, and I did not like street girls. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But it was because I was moving like that. I was moving weird and just ugly, you know, being a rude, disdainful person. And that's not who I am. You know, that's never who I was. You know, I guess you can say the way that I carried myself or the way that I, you know, was dressing or who I was like in the street way or some shit. And I was just gaining a lot of street women that, you know, being attracted to me. And I'm like, yo, I don't want nothing to do with any of y'all. I'm like, I'm good off y'all. Trust me. Like, I'll send y'all to my homies, but not for me. I don't want that. But then when I changed my energy and how I flowed from the inside of who I was, I changed who I was. From the inside, I promise you, everything else changed in my life too. The people that are around me, the friends that I made, the acquaintances, the people that know me around the way, they all show love. Why? Because I showed love. You have to be the person that changes from the inside, and then your outside world will change. Life is nothing but a mirror of you, of their inside, your true core beliefs of who you are. It's nothing but a mirror being reflected back to you. So do good and you will get good. That's a universal law. They believe in karma. You reap what you sow. Same shit. That's all it is. You put out some negative shit, you're going to get some negative shit back in return. And this can be in ways of, you know, people want to fight you or people being rude or being negative to you because that's what you give off. That's the energy you project, you know? And that's why when you detach, you generally, when you detach, you're going to be more of a good person regardless. That's why I really want you to understand. You detach, you don't care about what they're saying or what they think about you or whatever. You're just going to be you. And the moment that you're genuinely you, the more smiles you put on people's faces. Just by, without even you doing anything, you just being nice or giving the person the time of day, talking to them, making their day without you trying. It's a universal law. It's a reward. God's watching. Whatever you want to say, God is always watching. The universe is always listening. What you put out there is what you will get back. So detach from, you know, all of the little petty shit from your life. And the more that you're able to do that, the more you'll be able to flow on higher vibrations. The more that you are happy. And in a lot of books that I've read, they talk about that's the cure to sadness and depression is your awareness behind those thoughts as well. But understanding that once you're aware, you can then detach from those thoughts. This person doesn't like me. They said this, they said that. I'm not going to let it affect me. Boom, keep it moving. You act like nothing happens. Your energy remains on higher vibrations. You see what I'm saying? So I love y'all, bro. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to leave my last video right here for you guys. So if you missed upon that, go watch that video. So stay yourself. Stay 300. Whatever you do in life. Trust me, I believe in you, bro.